I have the thinnest, heaviest, and dare I say, sexiest bumper plates, and today we're gonna dissect them. No Fake channel, checking in. Jonathan here from on top of the home gym multiverse, and I have a plate that you have never heard of. Why? Because it hasn't even been released yet. From Wait It Out, I have their bumper plates, but they are the thinnest American-made bumper plates in the world. And I will tell you that they told me I can do whatever I want to these things. They're prototypes. I can drop them. I can throw a kettlebell at them. I can kick them. I can run them over with the car. The only thing I can't do is, unfortunately, cut them in half. First, a little bit about Wait It Out. Back in 2020, when everybody had poo-poo pants and was just running around crying about not being able to get any weight for their home gym, in large part because of the high demand, but also because of issues with overseas manufacturing. The nice owner said to himself, hold my beer. And they said they can build an American-made plate. And they did so out of steel. And they made them ultra thin. Fantastic plates that I will tell you they still sell on their website today. And just like the fine folks of America's greatest generation, the Wait It Out peeps decided that they weren't going to just sit back on their steel plates. They decided to improve it. They designed and built these cast iron plates that are extremely accurate, look and feel great, easy to pick up, and they are as well ultra thin. And in 2024, it only made sense that Wait It Out would enter the bumper plate market. Keep in mind, this entire review is done with these prototype plates. Now, these plates have already been drop tested numerous times in a factory that specifically does drop testing on bumper plates to see if these things would crack, bend, break. So I've got these things that have already been through some rough trade. They are made out of rubber. They do have a durameter of 90, meaning they are extremely stiff and they're not gonna have much of a bounce, if any, when you drop them. You probably already saw me drop these off the ladder and those things barely came off the ground when they hit. We all know that weight is weight when it comes to those gains, but it's always nice to have an aesthetic looking plate. Keep in mind, this plate has already been thrown around. It's been shipped numerous times to different folks, me being probably the last person to get them before they go back to the original owner, and they still look great. You can go on the website and see photos, but it's not going to do it justice. It is a really nice blue, but the biggest standout is that white lettering. It really makes these raised letters pop even more. One of the biggest complaints when it comes to bumper plates is their thickness. They take up a lot of space on your weight trees or plate storage, and for those of you super strong individuals, you already know who you are. They take up a lot of space on your sleeve, and oftentimes you're so strong, you run out of real estate. I told you these Wait It Out bumper plates were the thinnest. They are 1.3 inches. But let's face it, you're not a NASA engineer. Frankly, Mensa isn't gonna be calling you up anytime soon to join their ranks, so that number doesn't really mean much to you. But let's put that into perspective. These are the same thickness as a 10-pound bumper plate. But wait, there's more. This is a 25-pound competition bumper plate. So unlike typical bumper plates, this is actually gonna come in thinner than most of your bumper plates because it's competition. But wait, there's more. Now we've got a 45-pound competition bumper plate. Again, you probably forgot. These are actually gonna be thinner than your standard 45-pound bumper plate, and look at that massive difference in size. Here we have a standard bumper plate. This is a 45-pound bumper plate that most companies will sell, and this is Wait It Out. Look at that difference. Same exact weight, but a massive difference on the thickness. And last, but dare I say least, we've got the Strength Co. Crumb bumper plate, also known as the homegrown lifting crumb bumper plate. It's over 3 times the thickness. I need to thank all of you for using my affiliate links, which are in the description of today's video. And when you use those links, it not only goes to pay for future content, it helps support and pay for all of the amazing props I use in my videos. Let me know when you use those links so that I can send you a small token of my appreciation. Now, I've been online with the Home Gym Reddit and the Garage Gym Reviews Facebook group, and I know so many of you love to complain about the accuracy of your weights. I have to assume that's because you're going to be trying out for the Olympics, or maybe you're just going to be competing at the CrossFit Games, or it might just be that powerlifting meet you tell all of your friends you're going to get into, but you never do. But regardless, we're going to do this weight live.
We'll do it live! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Yep, that's right, we're gonna do it live, and I'm gonna review both of these right now, and we're gonna use two scales, so you know there's no fugazi, me cherry picking which one of these is more accurate. Now, if you go on the Weighted Out website, you will see that they are expected to have at least 1.5% calibrated accuracy. So that is pretty good, and basically a little bit better than most of the other stuff on the market, at least for generic bumper plates. I will also tell you that many of you who love to complain about the weight of your plates and them not being precisely as they're supposed to be are still using a $10 Walmart scale. So if you really care about the accuracy of your plates, maybe you should just pay a bit more money. But we're going to use both scales, and we're going to do plate number 1. Oh, these things are heavy. Scale reads 0. 44.10 ounces. Now this is a $60 Amazon scale. I'm assuming it has slightly more accuracy than this $20 Amazon scale, but let's see what this one says. Now this says 44.2 pounds, so obviously you can already see there's an accuracy issue between these two. Plate number 2, here we go. 44.13 ounces. 44.4 pounds. 0.4 pounds, every pound is 16 ounces, so do keep that in mind. But as you can see, these are going to be extremely accurate, at least these prototypes that have been dropped, banged, shipped, and otherwise beaten up for a number of months prior to the real deals being released. And again, that's supposed to be in early May. You know, we need to talk about cost, because when it comes to any purchase in your life, you usually use cost as the #1 indicator to push you towards a product over another one. Now, right now, you can get these on pre-order with delivery expected at or around May of 2024 for $3 a pound. I think you get a bit of a discount if you use my code NOFATE247. When it comes to any plates, grip is obviously of a massive concern for most individuals because they're just getting after it. They're super strong like you, and they're going to be loading plate after plate after plate. And if it's difficult to load one plate, it's going to be a massive nuisance to do that time and time again. Now, the weighted out plates do have a little bit of a lip on the front and on the rear. They basically look the same on both sides, and these do have a comfortable fit to them as far as how they fit on the bar. Easy to get on, easy to get off, nice and smooth without a lot of wiggle. I will use collars when I have these on, but I use collars with all my plates just for safety's sake. I will say that you are going to get deceived by these plates. They are so thin that you're going to look at them and you're going to try to pick them up with one hand because you're going to think they're a 10-pound bumper. In fact, they're the same thickness as a 10-pound bumper plate, but they're not 10 pounds, they're 45 pounds. And for most people, you're gonna need 2 hands to pick these up. Now, I know there's some brutes out there with that massive grip strength because they're just kind of rather lonely in their lives. But regardless, they're gonna be able to pick this thing up with just a few fingers, sure. But for the rest of us who are pretty normal, we're gonna have to use 2 hands when you load and unload these plates. Now, many of you are screaming to yourself, what about when I'm dumb and I just leave my plates flat on the floor? How hard is it to pick them up off the ground? And I know, let's just be honest, you're dumb. You really shouldn't leave your plates flat on the ground, especially bumper plates. They're just difficult to get up in general. But with these, it's very similar to all the other bumper plates you own. You just get your fingertips in there, do a little flick action, and you pull it up off the ground. It's not overly complicated, but it is a 45-pound bumper plate, so you're going to need 2 hands to get this up off the floor. And now it's time. It is time for my final thoughts when it comes to these weighted out bumper plates. So now you are going to have to pay a premium price at $3 a pound, but You can save some money with my coupon code, and you can rest easy because these things are gonna last you an absolute lifetime, and they come with free shipping too. I don't think anyone can argue that these are gonna be the thinnest bumper plates you can find on the market today. But do keep in mind that these are heavy. They are 45 pounds, and they are gonna require 2 hands to load, unload, and to pick them up. YouTube artificial intelligence is taking over, and they have already scanned your search history and determined that these videos are the ones you desperately want to watch next. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.